Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Robb Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Mike O'Mara Show. Heard in great places like Whidbey Island, Washington. God, Rob, I don't think I've read them at all this week.
I think you did.
Raleigh, North Carolina, Haines, Alaska, Speedway, Indiana, and Dublin, Ohio. And I remember
No, you read at least once because I remember Speedway. I remember hearing it on the air.
Speedway.
That's where the race course is, you know?
Yeah. It's very, very exciting. How are you, boys?
It's a beautiful day in the nation's capital.
We're in that weird pocket of weather, Mike, when it's nice in D.C. It doesn't last long.
Today. Didn't sweat too much. It was great.
Very, very exciting. And down here, we are on the cusp
Yes.
of the what we refer to as the rainy season. Yeah.
Now, what is the rainy season? When is like just vaguely, broad strokes? What is the rainy
Memorial Day, mid-May-ish.
Okay.
Beginning to late to mid-May through our first hurricane. No, through our through I don't know, September-ish.
Well, yeah,
October-ish.
Technically,
The summertime.
This is when we start looking at the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean to decide, because hurricane season starts on June 1st, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, but birthday season starts in March.
That is
and
true.
Nothing's better than birthday season. But Robb Spiewak is obsessed with death, so we need to
breaking
start
news.
today with
Yes.
breaking news because he wants to talk about death.
Well, no, I mean, it's sort of a big deal. She was a big star.
She was a big star.
You
but
played a
just
lot of
love
her
it.
records in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, lay it on us.
Yeah.
Grim Reaper, go ahead.
Tina Turner has passed.
I thought she had passed.
No, she has passed. She was alive.
She just passed.
She just passed.
Today.
If Rob was in a newsroom
Yeah.
and there was like a death story that came, like someone, you could break the story that someone has died, Rob would say me first. Because you like to break the news, which is weird.
Did you post
and
on
twisted
social?
in its
You know,
own
it
way.
is a weird thing, and it's
It is
something
very
that
weird.
It actually goes back to when my grandmother was alive. We would call each other when a celebrity would die, and it's very dark. But
That's why we call your family fun.
Yeah, the Addams Family.
No,
So-
but I don't think you're in the minority. I think people do react to it. You know,
Yeah.
we're creatures that don't know if there's anything at all after.
Mhm.
So when it's looking us square in the face, we kind of want to share and say, "How do you feel? How do you feel?" Even though it never changes. You know, we're all dying.
Yeah.
And that's the way we look at it. But, you know, it's top of mind because I watched Succession, the penultimate episode,
Correct.
I believe,
Yes.
of Succession last evening. And, that's all about a funeral. And, this season primarily has all been about
Mike,
Logan Roy. Logan Roy dying. Yes, sir.
I want you to remember one thing. You would have never skipped his funeral if he was still alive.
No, absolutely
Also,
not. That's funny. That's a great line.
I
It was
love
one of the best.
Tina Turner gone at 84.
What's the age, Oscar? You had it, actually. I just saw that she had passed.
Let me pull it up. I think it is 84. You're correct.
That
Mike.
sounds right. And, she had a storied career. Her first break was with Phil Spector, believe it or not.
How come you know that, but you don't know the age that she died?
Because all
83.
I saw, 83.
In Switzerland.
All I saw as I was going by the studio monitor, or the monitor that's in the lobby here at Podville, is Tina Turner has passed. And I was on my way to the studio. So
Does anybody know the circumstances? Because I think you can in this
skydiving
modern age,
accident.
you can be 83 and it can come on you.
My father's
suddenly
83. So,
but I mean, usually if you're over 80 people, it's not a total shock. If you're over 70, it's not a big shock.
That's true.
If you're over 60, it's kind of like, oh, wow. That's like Norm Macdonald. That's like Bob Saget. I don't even know if Norm was over 60. Yeah, Norm
she
was
died
over 60.
peacefully after a long illness in her home.
She had the big casino.
in Zurich,
Sounds like
Switzerland.
it. Yeah. Do you have do you have an age when you think, good run?
That's a great question.
85.
I was going to say 80.
No, because we live longer now, and I'm closer to
some
that
of
age.
us.
So.
That's true.
Some of us do. This is true. But as a form of tribute, might I just say really quickly, Master Blast. Well, where is it? God damn it,
Master Blaster.
That's not it.
Who runs Barter Town?
Why should I have my toys when I can't use my
excuse me.
toys? Master Blaster. Master Blaster. Master Blaster run Border Town.
Perfect. That's really eerily so.
I think a great run in today's medical
We don't
age.
need another hero. The song, what Oscar?
An expected run.
Yeah.
If you're taken care of, like if you have the means for medical assistance and a solid support system,
Yeah.
90.
90 now, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Right.
There are people chugging around who are 90, and that's the way. I think that's fine.
But for our our kids' or your kids,
Oh, they'll live a lot longer because the
think-
people that are dying at 90 now were born 90 years ago.
well, this is what's crazy. And I don't know which show we were watching, but it was on television.
It was Real Sex.
And Shannon, one of the I guess the host said, we were born in the 1800s and now we're in the 1900s. Like they were talking about how this is Maisel, the Marvelous
Mrs. Maisel.
In the latest episode, they were bemoaning the fact that they were of a different generation than Maisel was,
Sure.
and how
The oldsters.
at their age in their mid 60s that they felt like they were coming to the end of their run.
Yeah.
And but for Maisel, she had so much like of her life left in her career.
Mm-hmm.
And I think about, it struck me because I said 60s is like, you better still be like grinding on that train, right? Am
You
I
remind
wrong?
me of that every day.
Am I wrong to think that? Like you would want to work to live.
Well, in my case, it's absolutely true.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm saying, do you have a lot of 60-year-olds, and you probably have the better lens for this, Mike?
Yes.
Do you have a lot of 60-year-olds in your circle of friends or acquaintances or people you see that just
I
don't
have a bushel of them.
that don't work at all?
I have a bushel of them.
Really?
Retirees in their 60s?
I don't know any. Isn't that wild?
I
don't know any. My parents' friends aren't retired. Like
Golf is a different world. You discover this sport,
Yeah.
and suddenly you wanna do it all the time, and it becomes obsessive. So you get people that kind of accelerate things. I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example of a very, very good friend of mine who was in the middle of the workforce, had a good 10 to 15 years minimum to slay the dragon.
Yes.
Roughly my age, maybe a couple of years older. And his sister got the big casino, got cancer, passed away. He changed his outlook on life. He said, nope, not going to spend that time slaying the dragon when I can, move this here and move this there and just spend time doing what I want to do.
wow.
Then you get the guys that are even younger, and they discover this sport we all love, and they want to do it all the time. And it's not necessarily conducive if you don't have a limited schedule like I do. You can do it all the time, but they want to go out and do that. I'm talking about golfers, so we are a different equation. There are really, when you add it all up, you hear people say, I'm gonna get on a sailboat and I'm gonna travel the world. Or you hear somebody say, I'm gonna get on a plane and travel and
Right.
see the world. I've always wanted to see the world. When you do what I do, you can go to one place and you can do it every day. And I know people every day. I know there are guys that do it 5 days a week. On the weekends, too. That's the total 5. So out of 7 days, they do it 5 days a week. And I've been doing this since my 30s and 40s, and I love it, and it occupies me, and I pursue it, and it's a hobby. If you have a hobby that you are passionate about, or if you are passionate about something besides your day-to-day drudgery, if you are passionate, I happen to be passionate about doing this, because right now, the day I've had was not particularly good or bad, but I come in here and there's some release of endorphins or serotonin or something where I physically feel right now as good as I've felt all day. That's just the way. I think the adrenaline pumps and we come in here and we do that. I've got that kind of job. Most people don't. Most people don't have that kind of a job.
You're right.
So you've got people that, if you have a thing you really want to do, but it's a regular thing. If you've got some notion of what you'll do post-work and you're not really sure, I think, set yourself up for a chance that it might not be all it's cracked up to be. And then you end up being like people I see down here that I don't know whether they like it or not.
They're just waiting. Yeah.
Just walking and watering the bushes.
I have a question for you, Mike. What if you love your job?
Then you stay
don't
at your
want
job.
to, you don't want to retire.
Then you'll
look at Warren Buffett. Look at Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett could have retired 60 years ago.
Mike, if you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life.
It's true.
It is true.
It's true. I know you've never subscribed to that. But what Robb's saying is, if you love your job,
you'll stay with it.
No, you just add a word to it. If you love your job, you'll never have to work a day in your life.
I see.
Let me ask you.
That's a little joke. Don't look so sad.
In your life right now.
Yeah.
Do you remember, like, when did I'm actually fascinated by this.
I wanted out in this job. I wanted out in my late 40s, early 50s.
When you were on the radio.
Yeah.
Full time.
I hated it.
Yeah. I think we all went through phases.
I didn't like it.
Damn.
I didn't like it. There was too much political crap. It was too the nature of the you lived it too, Oscar, so I'm not talking to anybody that doesn't know. It was just too much of that.
Yeah, but
all the way, every day.
There's
Everybody
a difference between a toxic work environment to being able to broadcast at a very high level.
It was broadcasting at a high level. It was abnormal interpersonal communication at every turn. It was abnormal corporate communication at every turn. Although, if you do want, and it's on my brain today, sorry, Succession, if that's the way the game is played in all corporations, it might very well be, then that's, there's a certain type that can handle that and other people that can't. I didn't find it normal.
I didn't find it normal that there were factions within one entity that were working against each other.
Yeah. I found it to be a little odd.
Very
odd. I found
odd.
it odd from the very, very beginning. But that's my whole life. And so I like the microphone being open, and I love like saying something or having somebody make me laugh, or I make somebody laugh. That's it. People that do it are broken, as Oscar says all the time. But it was I was thinking, man, I would so like to be free and extricate myself. And then, they're called alimony payments, and you end up getting on that hamster wheel and to everything turn.
Yes.
That was my hamster wheel, turning and turning. But then you boys and this thing showed up. And the thing that was the key, as much as I was bitching about it the other day, the other thing I was really bitching about was I'd like it to be consumed by more people. And I've wanted that from the very, very beginning. And I still want for that. And I get a little sad sometimes when that doesn't happen. As far as doing it, it was cool. And it's still kind of cool to be able to watch a television program and that is just so good, and come in and be able to rave about it, so that a lot of people that have not seen it or not hip to it will maybe consume it themselves, and then they'll write something about that. I mean, who gets to do that all the time?
No,
yeah, it's true.
Just do that. So, it's a great way to make a living. But the condensed version is what I'm up to, because I am also living the life of a mid-40s man with a wife and a small child now, because I did that all over again. And there are days like this when I'm running late because Carla's slaying the dragon and I'm picking my son up, and I realize that the one of the best places to live in America, Cape Coral, that you hear, don't believe everything you read. I believe that city closes at 2:30. At 2:30 p.m., that city closes. And there's every effing Yahoo on the road, and I hit a legitimate rush hour. For what reason, I do not know at this particular time.
Where
And
are
then
they going in such a hurry?
Don't know where they're going, but it's young, old, in between. It's not the parade of death that I normally see during
Right.
season down here. And so, I would lie if I didn't sit there occasionally at a stoplight that should be on a little stoplight that has been given to, Esville Road so Sam can get out of his driveway. And there's no other reason
Sam's still
for
living
that
on-
stop.
like-
When you're on a major
Yes.
main drag and it's got a stoplight for a road that it's like, what? Who the F determined this nad gets a stoplight and doesn't have to turn right onto the highway and then do a U-turn like everybody else does?
Exactly.
And I'm at one of those and I was reflecting. I said, there are days, and this was one of them, where I'm feeling every single month of the 63 years I've been on this planet. And I'm saying to myself, gosh, I wish I was, polishing silver or something, with nothing to do, because it was just weird.
Gotta
It was-
have
it was
silver
very weird.
first,
Because
Mike.
even though I called the time that I'm going to be 15 minutes
Yeah.
late to start
Yeah.
the show,
Yeah. We're
and I
fine
make
with
it
it.
here on time,
Yeah.
it still sucks because I don't want to be here at that time. I want to be, this gets to the thing we were talking about
Yeah.
the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be here earlier, and it's not able to work because what was the company? The company was called
Crest
Trash Druggers,
Crest
or it was Drugger.
Okay.
Drugger, like we're druggers, trash druggers.
Okay.
That was in the left lane doing his 48 miles per hour for no reason whatsoever. And I'm behind him just going, please, or we're going to hit silly lane where the one person lives that's got the light. And
It's Sam. Sam on Silly Lane.
My son says, Dad, you're scaring me.
Oh.
And that makes me
But
sad.
we're not. We've never in our lives ever sat here and be like, "Oh, he's late." Like we understand. Like that's
Yeah.
life.
Real
I
life,
don't
baby.
have any. Here's the thing. I know that, and there's no reason for it other than this
Got it.
Yeah.
being broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that right before this all started,
Mhm.
I had a conversation with a merchant
Yes.
that I
Marine?
believe is ripping me off,
Oh.
Oh.
and that's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah.
Did that
He's
also
ripped
scare
off.
Did that also scare your son?
He wasn't there when that happened.
No.
I was
Okay,
talking
good.
to the person. I said,
Good.
this seems a little high.
Mhm.
A part that they were going to install on the natural gas water heater.
The motherboard.
That's
Yeah.
outside. The pool water heater that I looked up online.
Mm-hmm.
And the differential from the part I looked up online, I'll give you the rough numbers here. Rob, what is $525 minus $178?
That would be $353, something like that.
That's the different. That's the gouging.
That's
I was.
it's quite a bit.
347.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
close. I went the wrong
How about
direction.
a natural gas regulator that they were charging $171 for?
Right.
That was, as I looked it up, anywhere between $28 and $33.
Oh,
Oh.
really?
And when I called to
$109
inquire,
difference.
not to confront, but to inquire,
Yeah, that's all you can
the
do.
answer that I got from the lady that I think does scheduling, not necessarily a business, was, well, she had nothing. She was totally thrown aback. I
Mike,
guess
actually, I
no
bet
one
I-
down here calls and says, that seems a little high. The sentence was, well, that's the price, but I can check with the owner. That was the response.
I was hoping
and
it
then
would go a different direction. How about you call? I'll be the pool lady. Okay.
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 Right.
Hello, Mercy Pools.
Hey, listen, I was just checking online for the
Mhm.
parts, and they seem a little bit high.
Yes.
I was quoted a price of over $500 for
Yes.
one part that I saw listed online for $178, and then another part that was listed online for $30, which priced out at $171 on your estimate.
Yeah. I don't know anything about that.
Nice callback.
You win. Rob wins. Rob gets the award. We try to do
Nice
that. We should really try to do that once a day.
I do think so. Yeah.
On the show. And then, well, I'll share it. Why don't I share it, right?
Please.
What they did in Mercy
I'm not
Pools
using
to
any
you?
names here.
Mercy
I'm
Pools.
I'm not giving you any names. It don't matter none. Let me see what I've got here. Let me go into my email.
I
and
described
think
the
it's
I don't
still
know
up
anything
there.
about that game to Julia. She thought it was very entertaining.
I have a
Hold on just
conspiracy
a sec.
theory that I could be wrong,
Yeah.
but
Mm-hmm.
in Best Buys,
Yes.
you can't. It's hard to get good, like any type of internet signal if you're not on their network, and you can't get on their network.
I've noticed that.
So you
Would
can't.
you like the
I'm
final
sorry.
word email that I
Yes.
received?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
To me. I checked with the owner,
Right.
name withheld to protect the innocent or the guilty.
Oh.
And the price quoted would be the price to install those parts.
Not even the part, just to install it.
The discounts provided are you are not charged another $65 trip charge.
Mm.
And if you pay by check, there would be a 3% discount on the parts.
Mm.
Why? They love checks. What if you
Processing
paid-
fees,
Ah.
credit card fee.
What if you
Yeah.
paid cash?
Well, it won't matter because I'm not,
Because you
You're
won't
not
do
gonna
it.
do it.
Yeah.
we're not
Do
doing,
you,
we ain't doing nothing. We ain't doing
What
nothing.
is your plan of action?
Sit tight and enjoy the summer.
I love it.
I think that's great.
Smart.
Yeah.
I have no intention
There's
of doing
no-
that.
there's no
When you
need.
add it up and do the math. Add it up. 170 for labor, 170 for the part one,
340.
520 for the. That's absurd.
$910 right there. That's almost
Right.
$1,000. And for a pool that's going to be too hot
That is
anyway.
$1,000 if you count the first service charge.
Yeah.
Oh,
they charge
absolutely.
me.
Yeah.
And I'll have to pay that regardless.
To take a hot dip on a hot day?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No, I mean, are there? No, it doesn't make
No.
any sense, and I'm going to wait. But it's sad that I have to because
Yeah.
it really seems to me
No,
that
it's prudent.
the vast majority of people down here go, "Yup, bend over, derriere up in the air, insert stick, thank you."
Yeah.
It's because they expect that too. I mean, for you two, for my brother, when he had
Your answer is that's the price.
he had
That's not an answer.
That's
we
not
were
an
at
answer.
the pool store in Boston a year ago, and I was picking
With
out
your brother?
with my brother. I was picking out all the stuff and
Floaties?
no, just like cleaning supplies. His
Oh,
own
okay.
pool. And
Oh, that's right. He put you to work in
Correct.
the pool. I remember.
Oh, see, you don't have what we have down here. You don't have the industry that is the pool cleaning industry.
not in an abundance in Boston.
That's the price
Yeah.
for
No,
pool
you don't.
cleaning.
No,
You don't.
no.
Yeah.
That's down here.
No.
It's massive.
But
so you can get it done.
in the
easy.
pool
Do you
store.
still contract shirtless pool cleaners? That's the name of the company.
No. In fact, they had a bidding war over the rights to the name. They finally settled.
Yeah.
Out of court, but no. Carla hired a company. Hold on, I've got the invoice.
Oh, good.
Pornhub pool cleaners.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's the one that she hired to do that.
They had a little net that you would just see in any pool or backyard that clicks
Yeah.
onto the pole.
Oh, yeah. The
net-
skimmer.
The net was $55. I went on Amazon like a rube, and I was like, "Hey, this is $16. Do you guys
Yeah.
price match?"
Right.
And the guy looked at me like I spit in his face.
We
Yeah.
never price match. We don't do
Oh,
it.
you're going to turn him into Ted Kennedy?
Well, we was in
Yes,
Boston.
yes.
So
When
I
I
mean,
return, this is the price. It is my God-given right to charge 10 times the retail price.
He said, "We don't price match, but it's easier to return here if it doesn't work out."
well, that's a
Right.
lie, too.
By the way, I'm not a
And why
mechanic.
wouldn't it work out? It's a net. I know.
I'm not a mechanic. Okay.
Okay.
But when you're talking about this repair, all right, to the best of my knowledge, from looking over the shoulder and looking what it is, this is a new product. It is called a control board that goes inside.
Right.
And you guys, Pony, you know your way around
He does.
computers,
He
right?
does.
Yes.
This essentially is a computer. This is, to the best of my knowledge, remove front with screwdriver, plug in new control board, screw into where it's supposed to be screwed in, replace cover, go over to where gas valve that's defective is, unscrew one side, screw gas valve in, unscrew the other side, screw gas valve in. Thank you very much. $1,000, please.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. You probably just have to plug in a wiring harness. You don't even have to like know
That's it.
what
That's
the
it.
wires go into.
It's like a white thing.
Why don't you just
that
buy
looked
it-
like a
buy it and
piece of
try it?
ribbon candy.
That's more than we paid for the motherboards in our like really, really high-end computers here
Yeah.
at the studio. It shouldn't be
crazy.
$500.
Yeah, but to be fair, Pony, can you swim in the computers?
You know what? No, but it will heat up a pool.
Understood.
Can you swim in the computers?
Now,
He gets another ton. That's his second ton. Too loud.
If you do your own, Mike, I'm a big believer in trying it yourself. But if you do, don't forget your soap. You need to put soap on the gas joint to make sure it's not leaking at all.
Well, that's what the problem was. It was leaking.
Yeah, so you need to
just try it on your own.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
Oh, come on. What's
because
the downside?
It's gas, and I don't want to blow up the house. But I might take a peek.
Yeah.
I might just take a peek. It's a lot of.
If it's just a clip-on motherboard, then see what happens.
You know what? At the very least, I will try to take off the front of the thing.
Yeah.
And once I do that, I will look at the actual part number on this thing and see how it's put in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you want to look
Maybe
cool
I'll do
while you're
just
doing it, smoke a cigar.
This guy.
Now you've gone. Now you're gone.
That's a little. That is really loud, by the way. That is loud to us.
Well,
they're
it's
all
important that we know it.
Yes.
What happened?
He's emphasizing it.
I'll turn it down.
Do you?
Really
Thank you.
softly. Here we go. Ready?
Do you
All right, here it
feel?
goes. Here's
Shut up! Still.
Wait, I'm using the
blaring.
wrong thing.
The wrong
What's
fader.
going on?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Maybe it's his motherboard.
Mm,
Shut up.
Too
I had
quiet.
the wrong thing.
right there.
All right, now.
That's good.
Better.
Yes.
Yeah, I had the
Thank
wrong
you. Thank you.
knob.
The wrong knob.
I had the
Attenuator.
wrong attenuator. What were you going to say, Rob?
I wasn't. Oscar
I was saying.
Oh, you were going to. I'm sorry.
At Best
what?
Buy, you can't price map. You can't, I guess, do the research online in the store to see if you can get a better price online. And it just started happening a couple years ago.
I've seen
that
this
if
happen.
You're in the store, you're like, I wonder if I could get this a little cheaper on Amazon. And you can't log on.
And you know what?
Can't do it.
They have a guest network at Target that is wickedly slow as well.
Really?
Yes. They say, do we want to join your guest network? Sure. And you click on it, it's like, I don't know how much it costs.
I should note, by the way, I'm happy you brought up Target because I completely forgot. Mike,
Yes.
we went over to the Spiwax for Julia's graduation party.
Mm-hmm.
Had a great graduation party, wrapped up, roughly 7:30, 8 o'clock,
Yeah,
something
about,
like that, right?
yeah, like 4 till 8, roughly.
Yeah, 4 till 8. So we leave around 8 o'clock. We're driving out, and because we're city kitties, Shannon says, is that a Target? I said, yeah, we're in the burbs.
Yeah.
She goes, can we go to Target? I said, do you need something for Target? She says, I think so. And I said, fine.
I think so.
We zip into
Hey, that's the life of a luxury princess. Isn't
It is, yeah.
Yes.
Oscar gives permission. Yes, it's fine, and then she gets all excited.
Yes.
She gets excited. We walk in. She goes, this is a really nice Target.
We have a great Target.
It is gorgeous. Is it new? It feels like it's
no,
new.
it's
Is
not.
it a super Target?
Mike, it is a super Target with a grocery
Target.
store built in.
And
most-
you
most of
have
them
a
are.
standalone PF Chang's, which when I saw, no, I'm sorry. It's, what's the standalone right next to the Target?
Oh, is it?
Not PF Chang's. I wish it was.
It's not Panda Express.
It is Panda
It
Express.
is Panda
It is.
Express? Okay.
I saw the Panda.
Inside the Target?
No, right to the left.
Yeah.
Like a little
Well, it's not- they're
Kodak
not
Photo
related.
Mart.
That's just a lucky.
But
That's just a stroke of luck for you.
Lucky. I said,
Did you?
I said,
did you
Shannon,
Did you plan on buying a big bowl of it
No,
when you were?
because we were.
And next
He
to
had-
it, Oscar, is Crumble, the cookie place.
He had so much food at his house, I couldn't fit it if I wanted to. But I
I
said,
begged Oscar to take food with him.
I said, Panda Express, what a lucky guy. Those were the words that came out of my mouth. She
I've
goes,
only been once.
Really?
Really?
Oh, the orange chicken's amazing.
I
Okay.
feel like invoking the daughter in Mommy Dearest when you say that.
What's that?
When you say I've only
been once.
That's a lot.
No, I didn't even go. They brought me egg rolls once. I like my
Rob,
Chinese
would you
restaurant.
Like to, Rob, by the way, Rob only being there once, I completely believe.
Yes.
And I know the answer. What the answer would be? It's because it's not, of the level of Chinese food that.
Yeah,
you and
it's
I-
my level.
Golden,
it's my level.
Golden
yeah.
China
It's
delivers
Chicken
to my
Fingers over
door.
here.
Yeah.
Chicken Fingers thinks that he stumbled upon
I
the,
said,
the golden ticket.
What a
Yes,
lucky
he
guy.
Yeah, Golden China, Mike, delivers right to my door.
Walked in,
said. A mom and pop.
Exactly. It's fantastic. Mhm.
walked into the Target. I said, I got to take a leak. You go do your makeup thing or whatever you're going to see. I'll find you. She goes, sure. Walked into your restroom. The largest, cleanest Target restrooms I've
great.
ever seen in my life.
Probably 7 stalls.
There was 3 dudes in there just, playing the hits.
Playing with what?
They were inside the stalls,
Playing the hits.
farting up a storm. So I took a quick leak, got out, but I was like, this must be some suburban, gout or whatever they have. Left there. And
Mike, let's back up
Yes.
just for a second. Suburban gout. Does that make you
some sort of
does it-
intestinal issue.
Well, gout has nothing to do with the.
I don't
intestines.
even know
This
what
would have
gout
been
is.
late in the day, right? This is a late in the day.
8:10 p.m.
8:10 p.m.
Yes.
Very You're bored. By the way, do you have any of these Target facilities
No,
in your
we have not in
city?
DC. No, we have a little Target, like a fake
little.
Target. That's
It's like
about
a real
it.
drugstore. Right?
Yes.
A mock Target.
And so then I said, well, I'll go to the electronics.
Does your Target have a pharmacy?
No, you have everything.
It's the greatest.
I kept walking and walking and walking. I said, this man, no wonder he doesn't leave. And then she says, did you know Costco's right next to here?
Oh yeah, Sarah parking
Well,
lot.
I have to share with you that right up the street, you guys have been there. Coconut. I go coconuts for coconuts. Coconut Point, just up
Yes,
the street
of
here.
course.
You stayed at the mall.
Yeah.
Sadly, the chain known as Barnes & Noble closing stores all over the nation.
Yes.
And they had a massive one there. And unfortunately, Barnes & Noble gone. But hold on, let me get it again. PGA Superstore is going to be put in there.
Duck.
It's like is it like a pop up or is it going to be a real resident store for there?
It's the big one. It's the big one. And Carla came home. She
and
says,
it's a great one.
This is how important it is to me.
Yeah.
Remember I had the fight with the guy at the
Yes,
mall?
I do.
You're blackballed.
Kind of the only game in town. You go 20 minutes down the road, you can find a Golf Galaxy. But other than that, that was it. So you had that chain. This is a chain store, but it's bigger. And Carla came home, and you would have thought she was telling me that I just won the lottery. You're not going to believe what's going into that space. And I said, what? What? She said, PGA Superstore. And I went, oh, boy.
You had no idea that it was going in there?
No, I don't read.
Oh, that's
why the Barnes & Noble closed.
It makes perfect sense.
Shannon was raving about the Target. We get in the car. We're driving out. She goes, wait a second. Are those
Did you
outlet?
find any good yoga pants in there?
No, she just got a bunch of like little makeup cream. I don't know what she bought.
I buy all my yoga pants there.
Nothing that benefits me personally, but I'm happy that she's happy.
Okay.
We leave.
That benefits you.
We're driving, and she looks over to the left. She goes, "Oh my God, there are outlets." And I said,
Oh, you're right up in the Robb's neighborhood.
"Yes."
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah, these are the Leesburg outlets."
That's where Carrie used to work and cry
They've
before
got-
work.
It's Italian
Julie
ice
used to
there.
work there, and Robert worked there, right?
That's no, Robert never did the outlets.
Okay, but
No.
Julia did Italian ice.
Yeah, she had the drink cart there.
This
yeah.
is all within a mile of his house, by the way. That's
Yeah.
how close he is.
Yeah.
How do you think he, got to where he was with the weight?
And
I mean,
I
it's all processed foods.
Exactly.
As far as the eye can see.
I said, "Shannon, we can always come back. It's late. I'm sure they're closing soon."
Yeah,
And
8
she-
o'clock.
and
Probably the sidewalks are rolled up at that point.
Yeah.
She says, "Do you promise?"
So it looks like maybe you'll be visiting the Speedway.
I said-
I think that sounds like they're going to be too busy to come by.
I said, "Yeah, I'm sure Rob would love to have us come visit
I
again."
would, yeah. Come by and show me all the purses you bought at the Coach outlet.
This is a legitimate question.
Okay.
With all the relatives you have around the country, have you had people come and visit you under the guise of saying hi and taking a trip to the outlets?
Never the outlets, but my mom
Okay.
always drops in if she has to go to Costco.
Oh, really?
Always, invariably. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's literally next to your house.
It is. It is. I've said this before, Mike. If I wanted like milk, if I ran out of milk, there is Costco that is closer to me than any convenience store,
When I say
any gas
Mike,
station.
from your house to God, what's the best perspective? The front gate.
Yeah, that's about right.
That's how close his house is to Costco.
Mhm.
Let me say this, though. You talk about closer than any convenience store, and I experienced this today when I was getting my petrol. Actually, not today, the day before.
Mhm. That means gasoline on
It
Thank
is
you.
not convenient to go to Costco.
No.
It is not
No,
convenient. at
I
all.
very seldom
Get
buy
out
it
of the
there.
car, get the cart, show the card, go find what you want, get into the ridiculously long line, find a checker that's
I don't-
open, go through, show your little receipt to the person there that has to line it with. And by the way, is
Hold
that
it, you're
legal?
not paying for gas at the pump?
No, I'm talking about when I'm in the pump line. Sometimes, I really could use these protein bars.
Oh, okay.
We're running low. We
All
only
right.
have the brownie flavor, and I want the cookie dough flavor.
Of course
I
you
really
do.
wanted to get those, and just couldn't make it on time.
Yeah.
And by the way, I was going to grab me lunch, which is one of those little half a shrimp platters that they have with that.
Oh, yeah.
That farm raised shrimp that
Yeah.
comes from like a nuclear reactor.
Well, if you
that
want,
they
Mike,
sell
if you
by
want to
the
get in
bulk.
and out of
When I
Costco
think-
faster for lunch, get yourself the Italian sausage. at the food court.
Yeah, but it's but you go there and you're a
Now I know
connoisseur.
why.
I go all
now
the
I
time.
know why.
I usually get gas not at Costco though because the line's too long.
Let me give you a window into I thought this, because Costco throughout my entire life has been far away from my home.
Yeah.
Even when we lived in Olney, when they opened one, it was just far.
Yeah, when I lived in McLean, we used to drive out to Fairfax,
Correct.
which was quite a haul.
All these years, the idea of him going to Costco, I always felt like, man, I was like, man, this guy's such a creature of habit. Like he'll drive out of his way.
Yeah, we kind of rubed him out for
right?
that for a long time.
Yeah.
And
Not if it's right. He could walk there.
Oh, but I won't.
Mm-hmm. On that note, there you go.
I promise
No, you
I won't.
But you know the place inside and out. You've
I
never
do.
bought a television anywhere else, and neither have I.
Exactly right. Mhm.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah,
ladies and
Oscar, we'll
gentlemen.
get Oscar living in the suburbs before you know it.
There's a lot to be celebrated.
You know, over the years, Rob has told us a lot of stories about being obnoxious in a retail outlet. Speaking of Costco,
Yeah.
well, his mother's worse, and later in the show we'll talk about that.
No. Great song.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. This portion of the program brought to you Legacy Box, by Legacy Box, for Legacy Box, with Legacy Box. What was your favorite childhood memory caught on film or videotape? Do you have an easy way to watch or share it with your friends and family, or post it? Probably not. Lucky for you, we found a solution. Legacy Box. Just send in your Legacy Box filled with old VHS tapes, Charlie. Camcorder tapes as well. Oh, it's amazing. Fizzy lifting drinks and pictures. Their team professionally digitizes everything by hand right here in the USA. You'll get it back on a thumb drive or the cloud along with your originals. It's so simple. It's like magic,
Yes.
Augustus. Order now at legacybox.com. We've all used it, and it's amazing to bring your past into the present and preserve it for the future, because you can't put a price on memories. For a limited time, get started future-proofing your past
Hold your
and
breath.
take advantage of an
Make a wish.
exclusive discount
Count.
just for our listeners. Go to legacybox.com/TMOS and revisit and share special memories from your past. That's Legacy Box, Charlie. Legacybox.com/TMON. It's amazing. You'll be amazing at all the things that are happening. Thank you very
From the
much.
four corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device. It's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
Wow, a lot of going on with the audio there. Ladies and gentlemen, Father's Day is coming up, and it's time to give Dad what he really wants.
Thank you.
And it's not a tie or a Lowe's gift card. No, what Dad wants. I hope this is okay for our friends in Iowa.
I'm sure it
because
is.
I have to keep it
Well,
in here.
Steve
Look,
is a father. So is
Dad,
Tom.
For Father's Day, what Dad might really want is a little prostate stimulation. Thanks to Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop
Oh.
Father's Day gift guide, you can give it to him. Gwyneth is selling a certain probing device called the Lilo Hugo. It is $219 and it vibrates.
Sure.
There's also the Arcwave Ion, described as, quote, an air-pulsing sex toy for penis owners. Sadly, this one only stimulates the front parts.
Oh, okay.
It's $199. The gift guide is, of course, full of other very reasonable items, like an $890 beach towel, a $349 infrared hairdryer, and a $250 notebook for, quote, jotting notes, setting intentions, and recording your dreams.
Wow. Up to now, all I wanted was a shop vac. But what was that first one called? The Hugo?
You know what I want? I want a control board for a natural gas pool water heater that is reasonably priced. I won't find it on Goop.
And breakfast in bed.
Yes.
And scene. Netflix started rolling out their crackdown on password sharing on their platform in the U.S. yesterday. From here on out, anyone using your account better live with you, because they're charging another $7.99 for anyone living outside your home to use your account.
Yeah, Oscar.
I have a rental property, as everyone knows, and I'm curious about whether that will affect me or not, because I don't know.
It's all based on IP address, the way that I guess what I've read about it.
Okay.
And you know who does a really good job at this that's annoying, but they're keeping their money where is YouTube with YouTube TV.
Yes.
You can't log in Boston and in DC at the same time because they'll boot you out of one of them. Like it's all geolocated.
So you got to be where you are to get
if you're the primary account holder, unless you pay the extra $7.99 for the family rate.
Boy, my kids are going to hate this.
I'm assuming renters will go in and put in their own thing in it.
I would think so, yeah.
I think it's a luxury that you're even offering. Do they mess up your algorithm for what you watch?
It's really a segment, to be perfectly honest with you.
Funny.
On my Netflix.
Yes.
Or is it YouTube TV? I don't know which one it is, but it is. I'm all right. You know what? For tomorrow, I'm gonna bring it in.
Okay,
I'm gonna print it out.
Okay,
I'm gonna bring in what is on my viewed list.
Yes,
yeah.
I can't
because
wait.
it's all in Spanish.
Oh, I can't wait.
And it is. I mean, Mexico Spanish. It is Mexico Spanish. I should say it is programming that. My lovely Michael's Puerto Rican grandmother, our lovely Carmen.
Of course.
We asked her, but I said, no, this is a deeper dive than she would. She doesn't speak regularly. She's English speaking. And,
you mean like it's like La Reina del Sur? That's what I watch.
It's like, it's hard to describe. I got to find it for you.
Please.
Do you remember the soap opera we used to watch at lunchtime?
Sábado Gigante?
No, that was the variety show in the evening. We watched Peligrosa.
Yes.
Peligrosa, beautiful.
Means danger. Yes.
So it says primary account holders will have to set a household location on their devices, although you'll still be able to use your account when you travel. And don't bank on customer outrage making all of this go away. Netflix has already started doing it in other countries, and they've seen an increase in paid memberships in some regions, including Canada. It ain't going away. They're going to do this if their numbers are going up. That's all there is to it.
Related to that, Julia said, you know what sucks about moving out of the house? And this, she's been out of the house for 4 years now. I said, what? Yep. She says, buying your own batteries. Growing up, my parents always bought my batteries. Now I got to buy batteries. And I'm like,
welcome to adulthood.
I said, you are now an adult.
Small price.
Jeff Bridges seems to be winning his battle with cancer. His stomach tumor, which I never even read about, that used to be 9 by 12 inches, that's massive, is now the size of a marble. But he's still recovering from having COVID in 2021 at the same time that he was receiving cancer treatment, so he's in that high-risk category.
Yeah.
Here's his quote. He said, a lot of getting better was a matter of setting really small goals. At first, they'd say, how long can you stand? For a while, my record was 45 seconds before I'd collapse. I didn't know he was this sick. And then they were saying, oh, look, you're standing for a minute. That's so cool. Now you can walk 5 feet. So he was really in it. He's a cool dude.
Yeah,
I like the
him.
way he's so real California, too, super chill.
Yep.
And, and makes great movies, too. So good for Jeff Bridges. It's pretty obvious that Jamie Foxx and his family don't want to talk about his recent health issues yet, but that's not stopping Mike Tyson from blabbing. In a recent podcast interview, Mike said, quote, he's not feeling well. They said a stroke. He didn't say who told him that, and he doesn't sound 100% sure because he added, quote, I have no idea what happened to him. He also said, quote, if we don't know about it by now, they don't want us to know.
Yeah, you think?
That's it. But I mean, I don't know. I think at some point, depending on his progress, is he attempting to recover if he's got any effects of it and get rid of them and then never speak of it again? I don't know. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a medical issue.
But in this day and age, that level of fame.
Yeah, I agree. It sucks.
Yeah.
It's a drag.
Yeah.
It really is a drag with that. So, whatever the case is, I hope he recovers because he's a great movie star. Kraft says the top complaint they get about their Kraft singles is what? We'll go to Robb Spiewak.
They don't melt right.
Rob, that is incorrect. Let me get the buzzer. I'm sorry. Oscar Santana.
Waxy mouthfeel.
That is not correct. Pony, would you like to hazard a guess? The top complaint about Kraft singles.
Oh, no flavor. Just terrible
That is
flavor.
incorrect as well. We go back to Robb Spiewak. The top numero uno complaint for Kraft singles, Robb Spiewak.
They don't massage my prostate.
That is incorrect. That is wrong. Buffalo breath. Oscar Santana.
Too small.
Too small is incorrect. Pony boy Matt Bloom.
Pubic hair.
Pubic hair is not correct.
Gross.
Robb Spiewak.
I'll go back to a serious answer. Is it hard to unwrap them?
Robb Spiewak with the win.
Yay!
Oh, my God.
Struggling to open the clear wrapper of the craft signals. Way to go, you got
What are
it.
we, feeble?
They are redesigning them to add texture on the flap so that your fingers can feel where the
Mike, do
opening
you
is.
enjoy texture on the flap?
Give me my cheese.
It's so not cheese.
I can't get my cheese. They're also making the wrappers thicker and sturdier so they can be opened without tearing.
Yeah, they're now wrapped in leather.
Yes, nothing like texture on the flap. The new wrappers will be out later this year. Thank God. I hope it's before Christmas.
It will
Along
be.
with the new exterior packaging with a bolder font and an emphasis on the fact that they're made with real dairy.
Ugh.
That's true, but they aren't real cheese.
No,
which
there's
is
milk and a
scary.
lot of oil in it. That's how they make it.
How about you work on the flavor?
Yeah, please.
Jeez.
Go
Kraft
to the
has to
deli
call-
and buy some proper American cheese.
God.
For
Kraft
God's
has
sake.
to call the American singles a cheese product or cheese food because they are less than 51% cheese, which doesn't meet the FDA's standards. So they can't call it cheese.
They
It's a
might want to
cheese
look at that
food
before
product.
they make the wrapper flaps.
That's
have
a
texture.
very good idea. I'll call them.
Thank you.
New Hampshire State Police, meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, a little something now, arrested a motorcyclist on Sunday who was allegedly driving while intoxicated at,
No.
are you ready? 171 miles per hour.
Wow.
State police say troopers were conducting routine traffic enforcement when one of them spotted a motorcycle that was clearly speeding. The driver was identified as 36-year-old Christopher Unghire of Port St. Lucie, Florida.
Hey, there you go.
We even screw up other states. Yay! State police shared a picture on social of the radar gun showing the 171 miles per hour speed. According to state police, Unghire was charged with reckless driving, reckless conduct, and aggravated driving while intoxicated. He was released and is due back in court on June 1st. He was visiting friends in New Hampshire and made the drive from Port St. Lucie in just 3 hours. We have to take a break. When we come back, I want to talk about Sharon.
Yes,
that is
my mother.
Robb's mom. And Robb said she got a little out of hand while shopping this past weekend. We'll be right back. Discover the ultimate solution for your financial planning with Fabric by Gerber Life's quick and easy life insurance policies. In just 10 minutes, you can customize a quote and secure coverage of up to $1 million for less than $1 a day. Plus, enjoy the peace of mind that comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee and the flexibility to cancel anytime. Don't leave your family's future to chance. Take action and get Fabric by Gerber Life today. Fabric was designed by parents for parents to help you get a high-quality, surprisingly affordable term life insurance policy in less than 10 minutos. You can be offered coverage instantly with no health exam required. Protect your family today with Fabric by Gerber Life. Apply today in just 10 minutes at meetfabric.com/TMOS. That's meetfabric.com/TMOS. MEET fabric.com/TMOS. Policies issued by Western Southern Life Assurance Company, not available in certain states. Prices subject to underwriting and health questions. So Robb was a little cryptic when he came in today, talking about, he wanted to say something about his mother. I'm so mad at my mother. Don't want to play that.
I mess with employees. I mess with people. That's what I do. I troll people occasionally. Sometimes it's been actually saved in the fact that I'll deal with people that call me with telephone calls, solicitation
That's your
calls.
main one that you've made public.
Yeah.
Well, you'll just mess with people.
But
It's
I do
fun.
kind of get it from my mom, I think. And first off, I'm not a fan of balloons. I hate buying and transporting balloons in my car because no matter what, they end up in the front seat. I think it's a very unsafe thing. But when you're doing a graduation party and your daughter
Yeah.
asks for balloons,
Big deal.
you got to have balloons.
Yeah,
So
you're a veritable daredevil.
So I bought the balloons and I went in and I ordered them online. I got the text that said, your balloons are ready. So I said, okay, 18 balloons. I go in. And in front of us, there's only one other person in Party City that's a customer. There's like 3 lackadaisical employees. And there's the balloon counter, right? And I mean, they've got like all the sections. There's a graduation section and a wedding section and a
You're talking about where you check out, not a guy going 1, 2, 3.
No, I'm not talking
4.
about that. So I go to the balloon center, and the lady in front of us There's one lady, she has balloons that say 2023. And these balloons, if they're an inch tall, they're 4 feet in height. These are
Like the
massive
cartoon
balloons.
size ones you see on Instagram.
Huge balloons.
And what do they say on them?
2023, 2023. You know,
Is that for a grad?
Could be for a birthday. I don't know what it was, but she is not happy. And I just want to get in and get out, right? And so she's talking to this guy that doesn't care. And she says, well, these are not the colors represented on the packaging. And these are like almost tie-dyed looking balloons. I don't know what they could have looked like on the packaging. These look fine, but you know, staying
she
back.
was trying to match it up with the school's colors?
Maybe, but I mean, they were like all like gold and red swirled and all this. And he says, well, that's the color they are, ma'am. And she says, well, they're certainly not the color that they were on the packaging. That's what I'm saying. And he says, a lot of times the packaging can be slightly misleading and could have been the light you were looking at the packaging in. And she goes,
see, if I was in that environment, that would be my moment that I would be leaving the employee of the store.
yes,
You know?
yeah.
And I would say something that was just a little controversial, like, well, I think the packaging does tend to fade because of old hags like you breathing on it.
Oh, you just burned the house down. I like that.
I did. Yeah, burn the and then walk out and go,
I'm out.
The Party City employee, the celebrity he most resembles is Napoleon Dynamite's brother.
Okay.
And he's sort of got those dead
I've been
eyes.
chatting online with hot babes like all day.
All day, Napoleon.
Right.
And then she says, well, what about some sort of refund or discount?
Oh, she wanted a consideration.
Yeah, and he says, well, I don't have it within my authority to give you a discount and you can't return them because they've already been inflated. And she says, all I know, and that's what she said, all I know is I was sold something that doesn't look like it was on the package. And that's when my mom turns to me and in a voice loud enough for the lady to hear says, I think those balloons look great. And it is so, I want to crawl inside my own skin because
Loud
it's
enough for the lady to hear?
and the employee. Yeah.
Did
and
she get the look? Does the
yes,
lady
she
turn around
did.
and look?
Yeah.
But it's like, but I guess it's different if someone else does it because I literally put my hands on my face because it was so.
Because you're laughing at this point.
Yes, I'm laughing.
So if the lady turns over and sees you laughing after your mom, kind of challenge that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you know, my mom has dealt with in the service industry. She was at Safeway for
she's
many
probably
years.
been on that side of the
She's been on
right?
it, all of it.
Right.
And so she just wants to move this along. And when she said that, I stifled laughter and I couldn't be any more embarrassed. And then I stopped to think. I said, that's where I get it.
Yeah.
That's where, because I would say that if I wasn't,
If you weren't with your mom.
if I wasn't with my mom. And then I got to thinking, you know what?
Then Robb
she's
and his mom walked out into the parking lot of the Party City, and suddenly all hell broke loose. There was the lady with the tie-dye balloon standing outside of her car, opening up on the Spiewak family. It was a melee. Then the cops were called. We've got an active shooter at the Party City parking lot right now, all over balloons that were tie-dyed, ladies and gentlemen. It was all started by a lady named Sharon who said she liked the balloons. We don't understand what's happening.
Well, I think it's also a point that when you get to my mom's age and she's still, you know, relatively young, ambulatory, great health.
Yeah.
She just doesn't
How old
care.
is she?
She is in October she will be 73.
Yeah.
73.
Yeah. Zero Fs.
Spry.
Just
She's
move on.
spry.
Yeah,
Just
but
move on.
she has but as Oscar said,
She could do a
gets-
cover of Sports Illustrated.
Technically, yes.
Yes, she could. Yes, she
Technically,
could.
Mike, I Rob shared that story with me, and I was like, man, I had the complete opposite interaction with my parents. Like, they would just blame me for buying the balloons. There's
Right.
no going to the store and a big, to do.
Yeah.
They would blame me.
So
And then
did you
you
get
move
the
on with
impression that, as Oscar said, she'd actually brought the balloons back in?
I think she must have because
Or
So
she
much
showed up to
work.
pick them up and they weren't what she wanted?
maybe, but it was a really hard
All of
situation
the
to
above
gauge.
does not warrant a consideration.
You're
you
right.
Move on. They're balloons.
And they were magnificent balloons, but I wasn't mouthing off how great they were. My
I'm
mom
thinking about
was.
I'd burn the house down again. This is what I'd
Yes.
say. to her.
Okay.
How about we make this all go away if I give you a free salami?
Do they still have those little offices to ring the bell at grocery stores where someone pops their head up, like they used to have it at Giant when
you
you were a
mean
kid.
like the kiosk at the front near the register?
Correct,
and then
correct.
they look over like that.
Correct.
Oh, the office. That's the front
do they
office.
still
I don't
have
know
that?
if they're.
There's not usually a bell. There's
Yeah,
not
it's like a
usually,
little tower.
Yeah,
Yeah, a
there's
little
not
tower.
usually a bell. The bell is usually in the meat department.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was my job as a kid when we go grocery shopping.
To hit the bell?
Because if the price wasn't on or it wasn't clear what it was, I would have to run to the ivory tower of management and ring the bell and say, my mom wants to know how much this costs. And then scurry back to the shopping cart and let her know, right?
You probably were always in the days of scanners, right?
Yes.
Did you ever remember
correct.
price tags?
Well, yeah, there were price tags, but scanners also.
But I mean the price tag on the actual
correct,
item.
correct,
Okay.
correct.
Okay. So you
I
do
remember when
that.
we go to our local grocery store, my mom would bring pelts,
That's funny.
slam them down on the wooden counter.
Yeah,
and
it was
then
a
we'd
pure
get,
barter system.
Well, we get dry goods,
when my mom
big
was
bulk rice,
Yes.
flour, sugar, and then we take it back.
bolts of fabric.
Bolts of fabric. As long as I can remember, my mother made my sister's dresses and my suits. Every year,
That's funny.
what fabric would my mom use for my school suit?
Oh, deer. It would have to be deer skin.
That's true.
Deerskins, yes.
And then when your father would come home from his hunting trips,
Mm-hmm.
he would say, "Boy,
Yeah.
do you think we can get another year out of them shoes?"
Boy, sometimes it took 3 days to get the frost out of his beard.
Yeah, he was. It
Terrible.
was a tough time.
Well, that's wonderful that your mom. Well, how did the incident end?
The lady left with her balloons. She got no consideration. She got her massive balloons. I wanted to see.
Was
how
there
she
any
got-
interaction with Napoleon's brother as you were making your transaction?
Little bit. I said, "How's your day going?" He said.
That's what I would say too. I
Yes.
would do the exact same thing.
He said,
you know?
"Fine,
Yeah.
fine."
Because they don't care. So, right? Because
It's
at that
just put
point,
upon
they
and
are
he's
so
moving
put upon.
on.
They don't care
Yeah.
whether you're being nice to them or not.
No,
so
it's
it
you know
doesn't
what? If
matter.
you think about it, the store is called Party City.
Right.
Smile, but no, they are so devoid of any joy.
Yeah, you would get the same reaction if you said you suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's not really.
Kiss my ass.
Hallelujah! Well, kudos to you, Sharon.
Yeah,
Way to
she's
go.
the best.
She's a good egg. All right, when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, I have a political prediction for you.
Oh.
Some of you will be very excited, and some of you will not. How about that? Is that a tease?
That is.
You bet your ass it is. All right. These are not the best balloons I've ever tasted. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. This portion of our program brought to you by Derm Glow. Discover the ultimate destination for looking and feeling your absolute best from a company started by my bride. Yes, Carla O'Mara. Derm Glow Skin is her company. DermGlowSkin.com. A massive sale is going on right now. If you want to get some of her wonderful products, they're all great. 23 incredible items. Now's the time to indulge. DermGlow ships worldwide and offers Afterpay for your convenience. From e-gift cards to luxurious body and skincare products that I use every single day, especially their SPF cream that is the bomb. If you're in a sunny place, you're going to go to the beach this summer, put it on in the morning. It's literally going to last all day.
All day.
It's not the cheapo stuff. It's really, really good. I love this stuff, and I live in the sun down here. She gives virtual skin consultations, too. Indulgent, pampering facials if you make it down here to Southwest Florida. Derm Glow has something for everyone. It's never too early to plan for Father's Day, so show your dad some love with discounted prices on the two packages named after me, the big un and the little un.
Oh, that's the name
Yeah.
now?
They're nice packages. Go get them now. Don't miss out on these amazing deals. Visit DermGlowSkin.com today and shop for incredible offers that will brighten anyone's day, including yours. Derm Glow, your path to radiant beauty. Visit DermGlowSkin.com today and tell them that Oscar sent you,
Yes,
ladies and
Oscar.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh. All right, well, it's happening maybe 6 o'clock this evening, I
this
believe.
evening.
Governor Ron DeSantis of my state, Ron DeSantis, will be announcing his run for president. This is
This is
number
shocking,
one.
right?
Oh, it's such a surprise. I was doing a deep dive on my, believe it or not, my local state representative.
Really?
And because for those of you around the country, you should be aware that Ron DeSantis is a darling of the right because he has successfully implemented many of the right-wing policies here in the state of Florida. And he's done so with a particular blueprint. And that blueprint is getting local officials elected to state office, representatives, state reps, and state senators. And he has also put a lot of people that espouse right-wing policy on the court. And so that's why he is able to kind of do the things that he does.
Mike,
and
they say all politics is local.
Well,
and when you focus on that, what so many people ignore, you really are setting yourself up for success. I hate to say it.
He's done it, and he wants to take that model and go national. And I think if there's anybody that can knock old Donaldo off, everybody says he's making the announcement without TV cameras. He's doing it an audio-only deal, and they say because he doesn't want to see reporters or ask questions.
He's doing it with Elon Musk.
Yeah, he's doing it with Elon Musk. Don't for a second, please, don't take this guy lightly. Because I've seen this guy all the time, every day down here in Florida. He's all over the news. And this business about him not being able to communicate, it is incorrect. This is a smart man. This is a man who knows how to get things done. Do I disagree with his politics? Yes, I do. Do I think they're dangerous? Yes, I do. Do I think he is as incompetent as a lot of people would like to paint him? Do not be dissuaded from the fact that this man is a competent political operative who gets stronger every day. And if there's anybody that can knock old Donaldo off with all his troubles, I think it could be this guy. But it is a rather weird way of announcing a candidacy, one that I don't remember in recent memory, right?
It's tactical. He's
tactical.
cozying up to one of America's richest men.
And craziest.
Craziest. I don't agree with his politics. And he's using a platform that, frankly, at one point, Donald Trump weaponized. So if he can then say he now owns Twitter over Trump because Trump has his own Truth Social, etc.,
which is great, by the way.
It's an evolution of. It's like he's going on to the former president's turf. He's owning it. He's the new owner of the platform is allowing him to use that megaphone. And if you at all think that they won't boost it and push it and make sure the world knows about this candidacy, like, guys, nobody watches television anymore.
You're right.
They're online.
And he is not to be underestimated. I don't know where people get that. And I think that, my folks on the left in media quite often tend to be dismissive when that's foolish. I don't, anything this guy does, I look at as a potential strategy.
It's
I
tactical.
Really do. Tactical all the way because he's been successful.
Yeah.
Did he get by very narrowly prior to the last gubernatorial election? Yes, he did. Beat a guy by the name of Andrew Gillum, who melted down completely down here after the election. But the election was very, very close. And then he ran against a guy named Charlie Crist, and he swamped him. He thumped him. And so we will wait and see what this is going to be. But make no mistake, the people surrounding this dude have planned down the road. They know what they're up against. They know what they're in for. And we will see. And the timing is the timing.
We're 17 months out.
Yeah, and with the
I don't think that he would be doing it if he didn't think he had a very good chance of not only securing the nomination but beating Joe Biden at the same time.
With what has preceded him by Donald Trump.
That's the good part. I'll give you the negative in a minute.
Okay. Do you think that he has me too. Doesn't it sound like he has an advantage because he's watched what Trump did and he can use that as a blueprint to improve upon or, avoid or whatever, because this, we've been down this road before. He has someone that's cut down all the weeds for him. So,
it is going to be interesting because no one knows how to tackle the orange-haired buzzsaw,
Mhm.
because it is all frontal attack, all hours of every day, every single day. What also you have to be aware of is this guy has a bit of a vindictive streak in him politically. And when I say that, I mean, the Disney wars down here are a great example of that.
Mhm.
Disney came out and they didn't like his LGBTQ policy, and it was war on.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
he used, the legislature, and he used committees, and he used the courts in every way he can to battle Disney. Well, Disney's not taking it, and they're proving to be a worthy adversary in this. But I think when you've got a guy that's that petty, you have to be scared.
Yeah.
Because you want to know what's going on. But what's he got on his side? Well, he's got the youth movement. He's young. He's vital. And we'll have to wait and see. But please do not underestimate this guy. And and the poll numbers are dick. Don't worry about the polls that show Donald Trump 34 points ahead of this guy. I don't buy it for one solitary second.
I have a serious question.
You go right ahead. Lay
Make
it
sure
on
you
me.
pull up my audio, please.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, you're plugged in. I didn't
Yeah,
realize you were
I'm plugged in.
Okay, very good. Go
Who
ahead.
has a better theme song, or who will have a better theme song?
I haven't heard the Ron DeSantis theme song.
We should write it.
Can I give you? I took a deep dive on this song, which I didn't know existed until the Plumbers show came on. Did you know that Merle Haggard wrote that?
Sounds kind of Merle Haggard.
Yeah, I can buy that.
Isn't that crazy?
I'm proud to be an Okie from Muskogee. And it doesn't surprise me. The late Merle Haggard was a big fan of Nixon too.
I just was shocked that a superstar at that
Hello,
time
Merle. I need a song.
would write Could you see Taylor Swift writing a song for, a candidate today?
Yes, I could.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have Ron DeSantis call Taylor Swift.
Well, she wouldn't.
know?
I hope she wouldn't write it for him.
No.
I don't know.
Right?
But there are plenty of artists out there.
Yeah, he could
what's
call-
his name? Toby Keith, probably.
Or Bad Bunny.
Who's the guy with the deep voice? Not Toby Keith.
Oh,
Who's the guy? Take me out to
He's
the
a
ball
sausage
game.
guy.
Yeah. Oh, God. What is his name? I've
Not
totally
Toby
blanked
Keith.
it.
Dean? Not Jimmy Dean. Jesus Christ.
Not Jimmy Dean.
Trace Atkins.
Yes.
That's exactly it.
Yes.
Who was at the Super Spreader event when Mrs. Trump wore the Boy Scout uniform? Remember? He was performing there.
Well, I like. Sorry about that.
That's right.
You got it.
Keep that one.
Well, I like Ron DeSantis. Yes, I like Ron DeSantis. He's the only one that I am going to see.
Hi, Trace.
I have a serious question.
Go ahead, I
and
need
has-
an answer it.
Thank you, Trace.
Let me turn off the reverb. Let's talk personally now.
Thank you, Trace.
Thank you.
Do you feel like you're more of a Trump or DeSantis guy?
Oh, that's tough. I like them both. I'd love them to team up. I would love them to team up.
That would be fun, wouldn't it?
Trump and DeSantis, they're the team. They're the ones that like to scream, hooray for America. Oh, hooray for America. Take me out to the ball game. Any other questions before
Yes.
I go?
When does DeSantis drop out?
He's not going to drop out. All right, them's fighting words. I swear to God, boy, if I was there, I'd take you over to Kid Rock's house and I'd throw you in the cement pond.
Before you
we
go,
clear?
are you
What?
thirsty? Are you thirsty? Can I offer you a Bud Light?
I don't drink that. I'm going to shoot it.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get out of here. We'll take a
So
break.
be
When we come
aware is
back-
your message.
Yes,
Be aware.
Yes.
And
Hyper
Merle
aware.
Haggard wrote the Nixon song. There it
Yes.
is.
Yes.
All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have the flip side.
Yay.
Rob gathers different clips of sounds, and then he plays them for you, and you enjoy them. It's that simple, and we'll do that when we come back on the Mike O'Mara Show. Oh, do I love this song? Do I love this song? Dick McDonough, WDRC. Kickstart your journey toward healthy financial habits with your very first paycheck If you've just landed your first job, hey, Julia, listen to this.
Yes,
Set
Julia.
yourself up for success by signing up for Chime and linking a qualifying direct deposit. You'll unlock a range of benefits, enjoy the convenience of getting paid up to 2 days early, and the peace of mind that comes with fee-free overdraft protection. That's hard to say. Fee-free overdraft protection, up to $200. Plus, with Chime, say goodbye to a monthly fee.
Bye.
Also, say goodbye to minimum balance requirements and deposit obligations. Join Chime today and take control of your financial future. Sign up for a Chime checking account today to link your paycheck. It only takes 2 minutes and doesn't affect your credit score. Get started at chime.com/TMOS. That's chime.com/TMOS, not CHIMOS. I was saying Chime.
Chime.
Thank you. Come on, Mike. Learn how to read. This is a tough one coming up here. Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services and debt card provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. Members FDIC. Early access to direct deposit funds depends on payer. SpotMe eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. See chime.com/SpotMe.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
That was very good.
Do I have to have the
Yeah, you got to do the thing now. Yeah.
All right, but that means I have to go all the way over here, and now I have to find it, and there it is. I found it. I found it!
Hello.
Hi, buddy.
Upside down. Roll it.
The flip side.
A quick carryover from the last segment and something I actually talked to Oscar about yesterday. An actual really cool campaign song comes from 1960. And this is when Sinatra did one for John F. Kennedy.
Everyone is voting for Jack, 'cause he's got what all the rest lack. Everyone wants to back Jack. Jack is on the right track, 'cause he's got...
Yeah, and it was a cover of the song High Hopes.
Hopes,
It was a
yeah.
very popular
But it's
song
not
in
Merle
its day.
Haggard, not by a long
And
shot.
then,
No, it's not.
was it before or after he turned his back? Probably after, right?
That was before.
Before.
Yes.
Yeah, that was Frank recording that for Kennedy before he got blown off.
Oh, Kennedy didn't
And-
blow off Frank until after he was elected. He
Yeah.
needed him.
So that's long before he was elected. Then.
Yeah, he needed
Frank
him.
did that song.
That is a
Everybody wants
burn
that.
of burns.
Oh, yeah.
It was a big time burn. Yeah, because Frank was associated with people that Kennedy couldn't be associated with.
Exactly.
Even though he was really associated with them, if you read your history and find out how West Virginia was gotten. Sam Giancana. See, sometimes I just spew my history
Yes,
right
thank
off
you,
the
thank
top
you.
of my
Very
head.
impressive.
Thank you very
I don't think a lot of people go to the library anymore because it's inconvenient to have to return the book, especially if it was overdue by over 90 years and your fee was $1,700.
One of my staff members brought it, came up and said, oh, somebody had returned that book. They thought it was really cool. It was a really old book. All of us are just, wondering where the book could have been for so long, from checked out in 1927. And actually, none of us have seen a library book that was checked out in 1892 or anything else. And to have it be from this library from that far back is really incredible.
Did they go to Hollywood and ask for the lady to play the librarian? Because
It
that
sounded like a librarian,
is a
didn't it?
prototype librarian we just heard there. I mean, she sounds like
What
a
was the
librarian.
library?
It was in California, in Northern California. They did not charge the guy for the $1,700, although that was the fee. The book was called The Story of American History, and if you think about it, it's missing a few chapters.
Yeah, just started.
because it doesn't have
That's
World
amazing.
War II in it.
That's a lifetime.
Yeah, it does.
Absolutely.
It is indeed. Now, this, Mike, do you remember the backwards singer we had, I think, last week?
Yeah, that takes songs and recreates them backwards.
Right. This guy did it again. I love this. And in the first part, when he's singing the song magnetically backwards, as if he were to play a tape backwards, you and Oscar can guess what song he's singing.
Yeah, I didn't know why. Yeah, see, how we must get
This the time of our lives.
That's a good guess, but incorrect.
Oh, who's the artist?
Can't give you that.
We must rewind that. Show me why he ain't nothing but
Backstreet Boys. Yes.
Yes.
What is it?
Backstreet Boys. Backstreet
I
Boys.
can't. It was too loud. I couldn't hear you.
It's the Backstreet
Boys. I
Tell
want
me
it
why.
that way.
Oh, I want it.
I want it that way.
I think that is so cool.
I only got it at the hook, though.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Mike?
very impressive.
We got troubles in Howard County.
Howard County, Maryland?
Yeah. Over 88 koi fish have been stolen out of ponds.
Oh,
Bastards.
I know. It's a delicacy.
It's very strange. They would not nicely peel back the net, take the fish, and then replace the net. This leaves us with two-legged predators. Koi are not your basic carnival goldfish. They are Japan's national symbol. They are what the American
the
eagle is
librarian?
to us.
No,
this
it's not
is
the
not your
librarian.
typical burglary.
Sounds exactly like
where
the lady
people
that
break
got the
in
book.
and steal your, I don't know, grill or your mountain bike. This is very, very strange.
Those fish can be real expensive if they get big. So,
Right. So they're expensive. They stole them for money.
Stole them for money. Koi fish, Mike.
A regular koi fish is $115.
Yeah, but these are big ones because they've been in the
Jeez,
pond.
it's probably
If
like
I'm
$1,000.
if I'm the lead detective on The Wire, I'm going out to Howard County and I'm checking local pet stores or online people selling
Yes.
fish.
How
Go
about-
right there to that Craigslist and say, special deal on koi fish. Take your unmarked car, leave it in the driveway, and wait till they sell them fish and then go and make the bust.
That's not where I went. I went to Howard County. I went to a sushi restaurant. They didn't have any of it.
This is not the salmon. I know that's not salmon.
So, Mike, this is a great Florida story. Let's say you go to your toilet, you raise the lid, and what's in there?
An iguana.
Hissing at you.
Ooh.
An angry iguana.
He was splashing and hissing at me. I was scared. I'm not a reptile fan. That's when it turned around and opened its mouth. And that's all I needed to see to like back off for a minute and figure out what was going on. I was trying to work up the nerve to grab him and throw him out. Before I did that, he crawled out and crawled like behind the toilet. And that's when I grabbed the strainer and shoot him out.
Yeah, you got to. And by the way, it's a pool strainer. It's not anything that he has in his bathroom.
We have a clip from the iguana. when
Oh,
it was
good.
rescued.
Thank you.
That's it. That's all you got for me up here, you candy-ass clown. Come on, bitch.
That's the iguana?
Yeah, that was the iguana. He was very
Wow.
upset about being pulled out of the toilet.
I don't normally play stuff that is unabashedly sweet, but this is very sweet. It's one of those surprise dad coming home to his young son videos.
Oh.
It's a Navy dad, and the son was told that if he went outside to play, he'd get a surprise. And in the distance, there's a dock. He's down near like a lake, and on the dock is the dad. And he turns around and sees his dad. This is pretty great.
Did you bring my flies? I did.
Hey, what are you doing? Yeah, Daddy is your surprise.
So cool. I love
and then,
that.
then he spent a little too much time on the dock, and then Dad said,
Mike is very, very, very attractive.
Wow.
That's not the sound I wanted to play. That's,
I didn't know what
to edit.
direction you were going
No,
with that.
better. I
That's
was like,
me
this
not
is
knowing
weird.
how to use the new soundboard.
Weird.
Then Dad said,
That's it. That's all you got for me up here, you candy-ass clown. Come on, bitch.
He sounds like the iguana.
I don't know what I'm doing. It's a stupid show.
When the father turned to him and said, he's very attractive like
Very,
Mike.
very attractive. What's going on?
That's very
Such a
savage.
swerve.
All right,
Help
we
me.
close with this. There's a comedian named Greg Warren. He has a special on Netflix, but one of the cornerstones of his act is that he used to work for the Jif Peanut Butter Company. And he talks about it here. I think this is very funny as an ex-peanut butter employee.
I always felt guilty because we charged the same for crunchy as we did for creamy, which, if you think about it, the crunchy, like, we didn't finish making that. If you went to the plant, the crunchy guys are probably getting off work at noon, and the creamy guys are still smashing up peanuts at 5:30. The savings should have been passed on to you, and I still lose sleep over it.
We didn't do our job, Mike. That's all I got for you.
I like that. We got to get out of here. We'll be back with another episode tomorrow. I'll try to find the individual that's been hacking either my Netflix or my YouTube channel. And we'll have Oscar help us.
I can't wait.
Linguistically with that, with deciphering exactly what's on my channel. We got to get out of here. We'll be back with a brand new episode tomorrow. For Robb Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
He's so sexy, like Mike.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.